If someone sent you this video, there's a good chance you're over the age of 50 and want to know how to play Pokemon. So I'm going to let you understand the basics you need to know about the video game Pokemon. Let's get right into it. This is a Pikachu. He's going to be your first Pokemon. Here's a couple of basic things you should know. Pikachu is at level 5. Every Pokemon can range from level 1 to 100, and it varies between every Pokemon. Since you're just starting out, your Pikachu is very low leveled. Once you find and catch and battle other Pokemon, it will eventually level up. Every Pokemon has a type, or what you can call element. And it's pretty complicated, but just know that fire type attacks are weak against water type attacks. Look over here, this is an Oddish. Now, I'm not just going to give it to you, this is a wild Pokemon, which means that it is nobody's. And I'm going to give you a couple Pokeballs here, and you have to catch it on your own. Using these things called Pokeballs, you can throw them at a Pokemon and have a chance at catching them. There are different types of Pokeballs to help catch certain types of Pokemon. But early game, you're only going to have regular Pokeballs, so it's good to weaken down the wild Pokemon before you attempt to catch it. Your Pikachu isn't the best option because grass type attacks resist electric type attacks. It looks like you caught the Oddish. Congratulations on catching your first Pokemon. Now your Pikachu is at very low health because the battle against the Oddish was pretty difficult. You can use a potion on Pikachu to heal its HP back to full. Or at many areas around the region, you can find Pokemon centers, which will automatically heal all your Pokemon. Now, why would you want to get your Pokemon stronger? Eventually, you're going to have to fight 8 different gym leaders across the region. They will start off easy, but get progressively harder the farther you go. So you're going to have the strongest team and the most amount of Pokemon. The most amount of Pokemon you can have in one battle is 6. Hey, it looks like you caught a full team of 6 Pokemon. Now you have to fight your first gym leader, Brock. Brock has 2 Pokemon, a level 12 Geodude and a level 13 Onix. Most of your team is only around level 9 to 10, so it's going to be pretty difficult to take down these 2 Pokemon even though you have more Pokemon of an advantage. Just because you have 4 more Pokemon does not mean that you're going to win. Now, to make it easier to defeat gym leaders, you're going to want to find Pokemon that are good against their types. Brock specializes in Rock-type Pokemon. Rock-type Pokemon are weak to typings such as Fighting, Water, and Grass. So the first Pokemon you caught, Oddish, that's a great option right now. Now, Geodude and Onix are both also ground types. Every Pokemon can have up to 2 typings, but some Pokemon only have 1 typing. Here's where it gets complicated. I'm going to try and simplify it as best as I can, but just bear with me. Oddish is not only a grass type, but a poison type. Now, grass types resist ground types, but ground types are super effective against poison types. But since Oddish is both, is it weak or strong against them? Now, if one Pokemon's type is super effective against the other, and the other one is not very effective against the other, so it resists it, that means that it's going to be effective as you take it, since one of them is doing 2 times damage, and the other is doing 0.5 times damage, which cancels each other out to just be 1 times, which is normal damage. It's very complicated, and I probably worded it wrong, so it's alright if you don't understand. Now, it looks like you've made some pretty hefty progress. You've beaten Brock and the second gym leader, Misty. Misty's Pokemon were Water type and Pikachu's an Electric type. And since Water types are weak against Electric types, Pikachu did very well in that battle. This gave Pikachu a lot of experience, and now it's evolving. Not all Pokemon can evolve, some evolve twice, but Pikachu can only evolve once. It does have a pre-evolution though. Congratulations, your Pikachu has officially evolved into a Raichu. During your 3rd battle against Lieutenant Surge, something very weird happened. Lieutenant Surge specializes in Electric-type Pokemon. And before you went to his gym, you caught a Diglett so you could have the type advantage. When Lieutenant Surge's Voltorb threw an Electric-type attack at your Diglett, it did no damage at all. This is called immunity. Like Pokemon taking extra damage to certain types and resisted damage to other types, some Pokemon are completely immune to certain typings. Like the Ghost typing being immune to normal types. What's that you say? You witness a kidnapping. Believe it or not, this is probably normal. In almost every region, there's bad guys that all have different motives. But in the region we're playing in, Kanto, there's Team Rocket. Team Rocket likes to steal Pokemon to get money. After a little bit of following these hooligans, you eventually find a hideout for Team Rocket. This is where they keep all their hefty schemes and their boss, Giovanni. Giovanni is going to be an incredibly difficult boss to defeat, but if you do defeat him, you'll get some very nice rewards, including a one-of-a-kind special new Pokeball called the Master Ball. You'll only ever get one of them, but the Master Ball can catch any Pokemon without fail, so use it very wisely. So it's been a while, and you've completed all 8 gyms. Now you're on Victory Road headed towards the Pokemon League, where you have to fight and defeat the champion to become the champion. But on your way, you stumble across a very peculiar Pokemon. This is the legendary Pokemon Moltres. Now you try to battle Moltres, but it's just way too powerful. So with your last resort being the Master Ball, you go ahead and throw it. And then you're baffled to see that without any hustle, Moltres was just instantly caught. So now you have your very first legendary Pokemon. You take on the champion with your fully evolved team, and it's a very hard battle, but eventually you come out on top. You are now the champion of the Kanto region. From now on, you can go out and explore to your heart's content and catch, evolve any Pokemon you want to. You can even have rematches against the gym leaders if you feel like it. Thank you everybody for watching. I might do a part 2 to this where I'll talk about stuff like base stat totals and shiny Pokemon, but if you want that, maybe we'll try to hit, let's say 50 likes. If we do that, I'll guarantee give you guys a part 2 to this. I hope you guys enjoyed once again, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.